All right, Sean Zittel, FightHype.com here with Liam Wilson coming all the way from Australia to challenge for the world title next Saturday in Glendale, Arizona on ESPN. WBO title on the line at 1:30. Liam, man, let's get right into it, man. Emanuel Navarrete, how do you deal with that left uppercut that jumps out right away? He throws that left uppercut from sometimes not even up close. How are you going to deal with that next Saturday? Next Saturday.
It's like asking him, how's he going to deal with my left hook? I think it's a two-way sort of street there. He's dangerous with some things. I'm dangerous with other things as well. I feel like we've got a good game plan. I've based myself in America for the last 8 weeks with good sparring. And before that, I've had a big preparation back in Australia. So I'm well and truly ready. My fitness is there. My boxing IQ is definitely there. I feel like I have that over him. And I'm hungry. He's been a world champion before, and this is my time to be a world champion. And some people, a lot of people doubt me, but he's got things to worry about as well.
Well, you mentioned the left hook, and that was the punch that jumped off the screen when you watch your fights. You know, that knockout in that rematch with the fighter from the Philippines, Joe Noine. Is that your best punch, Liam Wilson? Or Liam, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, I think it is my best punch. Left hook or anything from the left side, like it might be my right hand as well. We'll have to see come fight night. But a lot of fighters have the go-to, and I think that's definitely mine. So, he, as much as I have to be cautious, so does he. He's coming up in weight, fighting a super featherweight. I know he's big for his weight originally, but he's coming up out of his comfort zone. And I want to give him a warm welcoming to the super featherweight division.
Well, to talk the sweet science of it, your left hook against his left uppercut, if he does throw that at the wrong time, too far out, is that angle there for the hook, and it could be devastating.
And that's the thing. I think with him, and like I've been training. I don't want to give away too much, but
right,
his boxing isn't very conventional. It's very unconventional. He does use the uppercut very well, but he's very open for it and very sloppy with it. It works for him, but it's not textbook at all. And I think if I can, catch him at the right time, it could be good night as well.
Has he been getting away with that in part because he's so much taller and bigger than the 22-pounders, some of the 26-pounders? You're the first guy we've seen him up against where he's shorter. Do you think, how does that play a role in this fight?
I think he looks very good for that exact reason. Fighting much smaller men with a much bigger reach than them. And it's played in his role a lot more effectively. And I think for the first time, he's fighting someone the same size or bigger. And, I'll have a bit more reach as well. I think for him, for the first time in a long time, he's going to feel a bit of adversity in that sense. And I'm going to capitalize on it.
When people will look at the record, Liam, and they'll say, okay, he wins the rematch with Noine, but he did lose the first fight by knockout. Can his punch resistance hold up to a guy like Navarrete? What do you say to that, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not here to make any excuses, but before that fight, I would say probably unprofessional. I made a very, very bad weight cut, and that made my punch resistance not there. And I knew that, and hence the reason why I took the rematch straight away. That's the only reason I took the rematch, is because I hopped in the ring and shut off myself. I took the rematch straight away, knocked him out quicker than he knocked me out. And I took another hard fight straight away against another big puncher to show the world what I'm capable of.
Was it just the weight was better in fight number 2, or was there some technical things that got better too?
Technical, because obviously the fear of getting knocked out, I had to work on my technique, work on a game plan to beat him. I don't want to come forward and walk in the shots because I had been knocked out the first time. But to be honest, man, I was losing that fight made me the professional, and I may wait easy.
So before that fight, you weren't respecting what was coming back. You were just going and getting these guys. And
yeah, I think I've been boxing for 17 years, and I think that's the game plan I always sort of had: walk in, mow these people down, and doing that with a very bad weight cut made my punch resistance and that style didn't mix at all. So that's pretty much what happened there.
How would you say the Australian style's evolving? We saw Kambosos do his thing. Tim Tszyu is taking off. The Malone, Liam Paro's a good young fighter too.
Yeah. Sparks beat. Yeah, Matana Love. Look, honestly, man, there's a lot of hidden talent inside Australia. I think in the last few years, we're really starting to come out and show the world. Prior to that, we didn't have the opportunities, we didn't have the platforms, and now we do. Obviously, Matchroom getting involved. We got No Limit, my promoter that are doing a great job back at home, and they're giving me this platform and exposure to getting these sort of fights. There's a lot of hidden talent, and one thing I can say, and I think the world has seen that now, that us Australians, we have a lot of heart. We fight with a heart on our sleeves as well, and we come to fight. And that's exactly what's going to happen on February 4th. And I can't wait to shock Navarrete and show him what I'm made of.
How do you feel, coming to the United States for the first time to fight? Is that something you dreamt about as a young man, as a kid even?
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, I think it is in the Australian boxing, the dream is to, go to Vegas and do the fighting thing. But as a kid, yeah, definitely come to America. And so that's the thing. I'm coming to America. My dream has been to come to America and win the world title. And that's what's happening. The ducks are lining up, and the world title's less than 2 weeks away. And I'm coming to win.
You've already, given us a lot of reasons why you're confident you're going to win. But when you look at the odds and it's 2,000 minus 2,000, you got to bet $2,000 on Navarrete just to win 100. What are they wrong about? Heading into next Saturday?
You know what? I can't blame the public for thinking that. He's 36-1. He's been unbeaten for 10 years. He's 2-weight division world champion. So all due respect there, the odds are what they are. And, I can't complain with that. In terms of it being what I think is in my favor, he's come up in weight for the first time. He's not going to be a weight bully like he usually is. He's comfortable fighting shorter guys with, reach advantage, everything. And he can be the bully. But, I'm going to bully the bully. And we'll see how that plays out. And we'll make him feel uncomfortable.
Just interesting hearing that response, because you never know how a fighter's going to go about it. Do you try to outbox this guy, or do you try to meet him head on and that way? So
yeah, I'm not too sure. I think I'm going to use my boxing ability, which I think is far more superior than his. Use my boxing ability and see where it takes me. I know he's there to be hit. I'm going to hit him, so I'll see how he reacts to that.
Are you gonna steal any fans from Mexico? You think you're gonna get some Mexican fans after this fight?
You know what? I actually said this to someone yesterday. They said, what do you want to tell the public? I said, you know what? I'm coming to fight, and I'm coming to knock Navarrete out. And I can tell you one thing: the Mexicans are gonna love me after this one.
They love a good left hook.
Yeah.
So
she's cocked and ready to go. I
even saw you threw a couple to the body, and he said, "Well, let's see."
To be honest, my body shot was my money punch as an amateur. It was anything from my left side is powerful, but my body punch was my money shot for many, many years. And I like to think it's come back for this fight, and I plan on using it in the fight as well.
Well, thank you, Liam. You got me ready to watch this fight. I think based on what you're telling us, it's going to be an exciting fight. And lastly, before I let you go, man, I mean, you can't possibly be thinking ahead, but Valdez was supposed to fight him originally. You win this fight. Do you feel like that's the next fight, you and Valdez?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'd like to go home and at least defend the belt in Australia. But
okay.
I think later on in the year, Valdez has, he deserves the right to fight for the belt. Unfortunately, he had to pull out with an injury. I'd like to have that fight later on in the year for sure.
Well, thank you, Liam.
But yeah, make sure he's watching it, man. Like, just like you've seen in the past, I'm coming to win. Don't worry about that. I'm coming to win, and I'm coming to knock him out.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Liam. Best of luck to you and Emanuel next Saturday, and having a good fight. Thanks. So if anything else you got to say to the fans across the world, go for it, brother.
Make sure you all tune in. I've been putting in a lot of hard work. This is a dream of mine since a young kid, and I know Navarrete is a great champion, and he's a warrior from Mexico, but he's about to fight an Australian one, and we're going to clash and see who the best in the world is.
We shall see. Thank you, Liam. Best of luck.
Thank you, man.